Good afternoon, guys. MWUSA Season 3, Episode 49. I'm back with you here on a Sunday evening. The sun is still up, but not for much longer, and I am just leaving home. I would have left a little bit earlier in the day, but some of the kids wanted to go ice skating, so I took them, and just got home a little while ago. Everybody is settling in, getting ready for bed soon. And they have school tomorrow, of course, and I am getting ready to go out of town. Right now I have a full tank of gas, so it should be no issue there. I expect to be back by 3 or 4 in the morning. However, I do have a dental appointment at 8 in the morning to get this temporary crown glued back on. And then from there, I'm planning on going to a casino and then to the office. So actually, I'll probably do the casino first, and then the dentist, and then the office, where I will spend most of the day. And then if I'm lucky, I will go back to the casino tomorrow evening, and then same thing on Tuesday, early morning and evening, and then we'll be back on our normal schedule Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So tonight is going to obviously be a long, tiring night, but anytime I can squeeze a little bit more EV into my schedule without sacrificing family time, I'm going to do it. So that's our goal today. Right now it is a beautiful day outside, 66 degrees, almost no clouds in the sky, almost completely clear, nice sunny day, and just a light breeze, so it's a nice day. And that's it right now. I am heading out. I plan on hitting probably 6 casinos if I'm lucky, maybe 5. It's all going to depend, and I would love to make 1,500. This is a lower opportunity area, but we're going to try to make 1,500 today, maybe 1,000 to 1,500 the next couple days, and then hammer it toward the weekend and try to make 5,000 the last 3 days of the week. So that's what's happening right now, and I'll be back to update you after my first stop. Alright guys, I am back and not very happy. I was in that place for about an hour and a half, maybe just a little bit longer than that, and found a lot of plays, and big plays. I found $4 plays, I found $5 plays, I found $10 plays, and pretty much lost money on every one of them, with a couple small exceptions, and it was just a slow drain. I first walked in, I had a quick hit for about $50 or so, and then for a while I couldn't find anything. Then I found a long shot play at a medium risk level and decided to go for it, and that started the downslide. I lost about $250 on that one. I moved on to another area, found another machine, and that one was the one that really upset me the most. It was only $4 a spin, and I only lost $100, but the way it played out was so bad that really upset me, and I kept on moving on. It's just so aggravating sometimes. I finally ended up finding a $5 play and played that one for, I don't know, just a short time, 10 minutes or so, and this lady came over to tell me how she had been playing it for a long time, and she had played it last week, and she won $3,000 on it, and then came back today and gave all the money back. And I said, well, I'm sorry, lady, I'm not making money on it either. Then I moved on to the high limit area and found a play in there, and luckily for me, that one went pretty quick. That was at $10 a spin, and I ended up losing like $300 on that one. And finally, there was just nothing else. There was a mediocre play that I saw when I first walked in, and I was going to walk by and take a look at it. I didn't think I was going to play it, but someone else was playing it anyway, so that got me kind of off the hook. I didn't have to make a difficult decision on that one. So bad start to the day, bad start to the week. Minus $562 on slots there, and I need to make a decision now because I spent so much time in there. It's putting me so late already to start off. That should have been a 30-minute stop, make a couple hundred, lose a couple hundred, and get out of there. But it really wasted a lot of my time. So I need to decide if I'm going to the next spot or I'm going to skip that one and hit it on the way home. So I'm just going to think this through. Either way, the next 50 or 60 miles are the same road, and then I'll figure out what to do, and I'll get back and let you know. By the way, I did update my spreadsheet last night, and before this session here, I had just reached a new all-time high for the year and lifetime. So I gotta get this money back here. I would have loved to make 1,500 tonight, but now I'd love to make 1,000 tonight or 800 tonight after that starts. So unfortunately, but while I was in there, I also had some free food stuff, so I got bottled water for my trips for the week, and we'll see how the rest of the day goes. I think the number one thing on my agenda should be to calm down and not get upset over it, and the money will come back. It always has, and it always will. But getting upset about it is not worth it over money, especially. So, and it's not so much losing the money as giving the money to a casino. That's the worst part of it, is who ended up with the money. So anyway, letting you go for now. I'll be back. All right, guys, I'm back. So it's only been about 10 minutes, but I decided I'm going to skip the next place, even though it only adds like 30 minutes to my trip, and I'm going to move on to the place after that, because I feel like there's going to be more opportunity. I feel like the next place is going to be all slots, and there's going to be a lot of people there, and a lot of people checking them, and there's not going to be a big value in being there, $50 or $100. At the most, I just don't see the value right now in it. So I'm going to go ahead and go on to the place after that, which means I have another 100 miles now before my next stop. It's already dark. I'm already tired. It stinks, but what are you going to do? So I'm going to relax in the car. I'm going to listen to some stuff. I'm going to watch some stuff, and I'm going to drive safely. I'm going to get my brain in order, and we're going to start fresh. We're going to pretend it didn't happen, and we're going to start fresh and build, and everything will be all right. So moving on to the next place, which, like I said, is at least another 100 miles. So, and I'll be back and let you know how things go. All right, guys, I am back. I have driven just over 100 more miles since I talked to you. I am just a few miles away from the next casino. I don't know how I feel. I feel indifferent, I think. Just going to go in and play my game and not stress, and we'll see what happens. I've seen a lot of people get ejected from this place recently, so hopefully everything is on my side today. And I may try to make another move here. Depending on what I find, I may actually play some slots. So we're going to see here. I'm going to look at a high limit machine that I've been watching, and if it's where I want it to be, we're going to go for it. And it might be, a $15,000 risk, and we'll see what happens. So, but what I know about this place is, although lately it hasn't had a lot of people who know what they're doing playing here, there haven't been that many opportunities, so we'll see what happens. So right now, I am pulling up on the exit, and I'll be back to update you, hopefully, with some good news. Alright, guys, I am back. So I gave it my all in there. I was in there a long time. I was in there well over an hour. It was busy, but I was getting attention, and I was playing only a 1 to 5 spread from 100 to 500. I was the only person at the table. Other tables were busy in the high limit, but still I had some traffic at my table. And they came over a few times and changed out chips and adjusted chips as well, so I don't know if all of it was that or not. But I bought in for 500 on a $100 table, and within 90 seconds I had it up to 1,200. I'm like, this is going good, the count is good, I'm staying, gonna keep going. I lose the whole 700 and the 500 I bought in for. I buy in for another 500, so I'm in 1,000. I get it up to 1,700, so plus 700 again. Immediately lose almost every hand, and I have to rebuy again, a third 500. I get up 650 after a while. I get up 650. And this table is like so stable too, except when I'm up 700 for some reason I lose a bunch of hands in a row. But I get up 650, and it's the last hand of the shoe. I have a true 4, and I bet 400, and I get a blackjack. So I'm like, and I had said to myself, if this shoe ends and I'm still positive I'm leaving, because I've been here quite a while and there's too much, going on around me. Pit boss is coming over, talking to me repeatedly, asking me if I want a card, which, no, I don't need that kind of attention. Next thing you know, you'll get a host to come over, then you're screwed. But anyway, I bet a $400 hand, I get a blackjack, and the dealer has a face card and turns over an ace, of course. And the count was high enough that if the dealer had an ace up, I would have taken even money. And of course, it didn't happen. So I ended up, after being up 700 multiple times, being down as much as 1,300 multiple times, and just like the most stable count most of the time, except for that last shoe, I ended up leaving ahead only $650. So that was kind of heartbreaking, because I had a shot at it, and they cut it thin, and I mean, I was in good shape, and it just didn't work out. So, but I left with a profit, so that's good, and it wiped out the last spot, which kind of stinks that I had to start down 562, and now I'm only up about $88, but it's better than being down. Actually, I'm up a little more than that. I played slots for a few minutes and really didn't get anywhere, and I ended that session ahead $8. Saw a friend in there, we talked for a while, and he told me, and he listens to this, he's surprised I haven't quit working. And I don't know, with everything still going on with my life right now, I kind of feel like it's a mistake to quit working. But that's something I haven't told you about that I've been working on. I actually started calculating. I calculated my average win per day based on a day that I work. So if I just go somewhere at my lunch, I count it, but I really shouldn't. But I count any day that I got any action in as a work day. And when I divided everything out and then figured out the difference between working and not working based on my average wins, having a job wins out, but not by much, by hundreds of dollars, not thousands of dollars. So I'm actually just about breaking even. I'm maybe 700 or 800 ahead by having the job. But the job, of course, has the positive that it's guaranteed. But of course, if I'm out working, I could make more money than that. And the other thing is the job has insurance, and that puts it over. So unfortunately right now, until I get better at what I'm doing and start making more money than I am right now, I have to say I got to keep doing it. So this little win, though, puts me back to a new all-time high, which is good. The worst thing is when you get an all-time high and the very next session, which is what happened, you drop below it, and then you're below it for a long time. And that happened to me in March of 2022. I was ahead as much as like 70,000 by March, and right before I got sick, I had lost most of it back in like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, or whatever it was, a month. It felt like I instantly lost it all, and then I was out of commission because of my illness for a month or more. And I remember the first day back at a casino, I'm still, like, I'm not supposed to even stand up. And I'm all bandaged up and stuff. It's under my clothes so they can't see it. And I'm walking and I'm like, oh God, just get me to the table. I don't want to pass out before, I play. I want to get some EV in. But it was a terrible time, but we got through it. Anyway, moving on to another place. Low volume place. Don't expect a lot of money. Hoping to get $100 would be nice. And then I need to get something to eat. It's 10 o'clock right now, and I'm hungry. So hopefully this will be a nice win real quick here, and we'll move on and get something good to eat. And I can report what I ate today. I'll be back. All right, guys, that place lived up to my expectations. I went in there and I didn't see anything at all. And it was so funny because I saw like 8 cents in a machine, 16 cents, 28 cents, and I couldn't find any place. So I picked up a bunch of those and I cashed out. And I didn't play anything. I just, basically silver mining. And I cashed out. And I'm leaving, and I see another one, and I go cash that out, and I see another one. I'm like, I'm done. I'm leaving. I'm not going to keep going back and forth for, pennies, but it was just kind of funny. Every time I was leaving, I'd find a couple more, and I'd go back and cash them out for no reason. So anyway, I guess I should have just put them all in one voucher and just left with the voucher and brought it next time. But so I'm not even going to count any of that as a win. I'm moving on to another spot, and on my way there, hopefully I can find something good to eat. So letting you go for now, and I'll be back soon. Alright guys, I am back. So actually stopped and got some food. What did you eat today, MW? Dave Single. Wendy's has a thing right now where every day a different thing is $1. So Dave's quarter-pound single was $1. So that's all I got. I went in, got it, and went through the drive-thru, paid $1 with a credit card, and that was it. So it was very good, and I ate it on the way to this casino. I walked into this casino. As I was walking in the parking lot, I see this big like a big pile of bank envelopes, empty bank envelopes thrown all over the place out there. So somebody had a rough day, it looked like. But I walked in and immediately found a play. And during the play, so it was small, it was like $1 or something a spin. So during the play, I'm ahead 100, even, ahead 100, even, and when it finally pays out, by the time it pays out, I'm only ahead like $50-something. And I look around everywhere, and I can't find other stuff to play. And I finally ended up, it must have been one other small play that I made somewhere, and I ended up leaving ahead $48. So only $48, but this place was on the way. I'm moving on to another place that sometimes I have free play. It's pretty much dead right now though, because I don't really go to this place even if I have free play. But I'm going to head over there on my way back home and see if there's anything to play. I'm not very optimistic, but running out of places to go right now and be able to get home at a decent hour. So while I was in there, I heard my name more than once, and I'm like, nobody knows my name. Why am I hearing my name? And first it was one of my informants that lets me know when there's a play and asks me if I'm around lots of times. And then it was that person's brother that I met also. So talked to them for a few minutes, and they had lost their phone, so they went looking for their phone. I said goodbye, and I went out the door. There was one machine that, I remember, I did lose a couple dollars on one. But there was one machine that someone was playing that was in pretty good position, and I couldn't tell if the guy knew what he was doing or not by the way he was spinning it. But I came back around, and he had just finished hitting it, so that play was off the table. So, yeah, unfortunately, I don't have a lot of good news here right now. We're ahead, but just barely. And was it worth it? If you told me this is where I was going to be at the end of the night, I would have stayed home. But we still have one more stop, and although this one is usually not very good, I have had some W2s lately when I do go to this place. So it does happen. You just have to be in the right place at the right time. So hopefully tonight will be that right time, and I'm heading that way. I'm still, about 28 miles away from it, and so I'm going to take my time, and I'll be back to update you shortly. Alright guys, I am back. So a couple odd things happened there. On my way to this casino, I didn't think anything of it, and it's probably nothing, but there were a lot of police cars on the road heading the opposite direction. So I don't know if they were chasing someone or coming to the aid of other officers or what the deal was, but so they're all going that way. And then about 10 miles away from that point is where the casino is. So I walk into the casino, and I actually just going right down the middle of the aisle, and there were three like manager looking folks standing there, and there was the lady who is like the person who checks people's ID at the door, and she asked me for ID, and I'm like, no, I think you're just joking, right? No, you have to have valid ID to enter the gaming floor. Okay. So I gave her my ID. I have nothing to hide. This is a slots-only casino. I'm not banned. I don't have any problems here or anything, but I thought it was really unusual. So I go sit down at a machine, start playing, and I'm seeing packs of people who work at this casino walking around, like in 2s and 3s. And they seem pretty, I don't know if they're looking for someone or what, but it seemed like they were. And then I noticed when I was sitting at my first machine, I could see the entrance, and they were asking everyone for ID. So I don't know what the problem was there. Did they just get in trouble for someone being too young that entered the floor? Or did someone do something and they're looking for them? But if they're looking for someone, you'd think they'd be looking for a male or a female. They were asking everyone for their ID. Were they just asking everyone for their ID because they didn't want it to be known what they were looking for? It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me that you get people who are obviously old enough. I don't know. It just seems like a hassle. There's a casino about 3 hours from here that was asking everyone for ID a while back. You'll recall, if you've been around for a while and been listening to the podcast for a while, the casino that I was just disgusted with how nasty it was and how terrible the machines were and how bad the blackjack games were. And they were asking everyone, including like what looked like someone in their late 80s or early 90s, and they made her open up her purse, get her ID, scan her ID and all that. And at that point, I had asked the security guard, why are you doing that? He said, in case there's any trouble, we know who the person is. And I'm like, okay, I guess, whatever. But I didn't play any blackjack there. Even if I had found a good game, I wouldn't have played it because they would have had my ID. At that point, I convinced myself I was going to go in there, look around. If there was a couple slots to play, I would. Otherwise, I was just going to leave. And I did make a little money off that place, which made me happy. But so this was a little bit unusual. This place usually doesn't do anything like that. I've never been asked for ID at this place, or anywhere within hours of here. So, or I'm trying to think, have I ever been asked for ID at any casino? And the answer, I don't think, is yes at all. I think at Red Rock, I was asked for ID because I was counting cards, and they suspected I was counting cards. But I made this big deal about, why do you need my ID? I don't have to fill out tax paperwork. I didn't win that much money and stuff like that, and they left me alone. Bo was with me on that trip, actually, and if you recall, I gave him all the chips to cash because I knew they were on to me, and I went to the bathroom. When I came back, he was just standing there waiting, and the lady said, well, I need your ID, and I made this big stink about it, and they finally said, well, are you planning on playing any more tonight? I said, no, and the way you guys are treating us, I'll never come back here again. And so she cashed it out for me. I think it was, I don't know, it was over 4,000, I think. I don't know. Yeah, maybe even over 5,000. And I was playing a double deck, and I wasn't spreading that much, but 1 to 6 maybe 1 to 8. But I was the only one in the high limit area, and that was probably not the smartest thing to do. So anyway, right now I'm heading toward home. Timing wise, I'm looking at after 3 a.m. getting home, and I'd like to be at a casino before 7 a.m. So I'm going to have to hurry up and get home, get some gas. I've got about 40 miles range, so get some gas, and then go to sleep, wake up, take a shower, run to the casino, run back to the dentist, and then get to work all by 9 a.m. So that's what's going on right now. I'll be back to update you in a minute. All right, guys, I think I forgot to tell you how I did at that casino. Might mean that I'm a little bit tired here. I did have very little free play, $10, and I put a $100 bill in the machine, and I ended up cashing out exactly $250.01. So I ended up ahead $150. So plus $150 there. I am heading toward home. I am finding that the exit that I need to go to get gas is, at this point, 36 miles away, and I have exactly 36 miles worth of fuel. So hopefully I make it to that exit with no problem. And then I was just thinking about something else. I know I already ate, but that was like 3 hours ago, 3.5 hours ago, and I'm hungry. And I'm thinking about how in the Midwest at night there's so little to eat unless you want to go to a gas station and just buy some trash to eat. And unfortunately, I may have to wait until I get home or until tomorrow morning to get something to eat. Which reminds me of one other thing. I talked to my wife, and we are going to start doing the plan that I had a couple months ago before the life got completely out of control. She went to the store after I left home this afternoon or this evening, and she got a couple packages of chicken breast, and we're going to have those on standby. I'm going to start taking some grilled chicken breast with me. Hopefully we can get that started as soon as possible and use that as a snack and things like that. Good protein and low calories and stuff like that. And even like steak, I wouldn't mind steak. I don't know if you guys have ever done this, but I do like just a steak sandwich. Just take an entire steak and put it in a piece of bread and just eat it like that, or even with horseradish on it. So I like doing that, and all that's good for you. Maybe the bread is not the best for you, but it's hard to eat something that may have grease or something liquid in it and not have some kind of bread to absorb it. But yeah, anyway, that's where we are right now. I think I'm going to let you go. Like I said, don't expect an episode tomorrow. It'll probably be Monday and Tuesday combined. And if you need anything, just let me know. If you have any questions or comments, the email is mwusa21@gmail.com. mwusa21@gmail.com. See you later.